Hello, everyone. This is Castellino Tactic with our maintenance and repair web binder for recycling plants. We hope to have more viewers online. So if you see the notification in your feed, please join. Otherwise, you will see the recording later in your feed. Um, so today we have Inaki, our specialist for the recycling industry with us. Mm, He will explain about maintenance and repair strategies and what we call applications. So, typical repairs that can help you save energy, boost the productivity, and much more. So, I will leave the floor to Inaki, who has an interesting presentation. And at the end, we have 15 minutes for questions. So, don't hesitate to put your questions in comments, also by leaving your contact details and company you are contacting us from, because we might not see this. If it's only a username, we won't be able to come back to you. So, Inaki, the floor is yours.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming today. Thank you for coming to the regular suspects that I know they are out there, and everybody that is new and it's the first time with us. Welcome everybody. My name is Iñaki Ezpeleta. I work for Castor in Autetic. I'm the business development manager for the recycling business, and this is a little bit our presentation. Please, if you have any questions, go ahead and launch them. Simona will take care of them, and then we'll manage them at the end of the presentation. I want this to be really casual, so if you have any questions, whatever it is, we'll try to answer it. And I'll start my presentation already. Let me see. Let me know, Simona, if it's working. Okay. Maintenance strategies for recycling plants. First of all, this is a long title for how can we be helpful to business owners, save money in making the equipment more efficient in the production process. So a little bit introduction, who we are. Castellino Autetic was founded in 1906 by our founder, Jean-Pierre Wasserman, who discovered a way of bracing cast iron at a low temperature. This was absolutely something unheard of in the time. So and it was very, very innovative for the time, and also it was the first. He was one of the first ones using the world reusing equipment in the industry, such as other words now more trendy than then, like sustainability. 118 years ago. Other innovations were also set up in our company many years ago in 1930, and the son René Wesserman. And I tell this because I think it's kind of a fun fact. He was the only one that used modern sales techniques such as demos and marketing applications, which I think is fantastic for the 1930s. We opened up to the United States in the 40s. In the 60s, we got the first workshops. Long story short, this has been a little bit our story. through the years. In 2020, we got acquired by Paragon Partners, and and we are looking forward um, new products, develop new machinery, develop new techniques to improve what we do every day. So, in the other hand, we today, 2024, we have 17 service locations around the world, and we have approximately 45. We are present in 45 locations around the world also. Um, what we do best? What, what's our core business right now is, sorry, our core business, we are a specialist in welding, but we have like four divisions in Castellón right now, which are welding, coating, bracing, and of course CTV plates and caster tubes, apart from consumables. This would be our core business right now. Into this serving, let's say we use these the divisions to serve different industries, and these will be the main industries that we serve right now, that we proudly serve these industries. And we have an ISG program, which is the industry service growth, which I am part of, and I am responsible for the first three industries up here, which would be hydropower, wastewater, and recycling. Going forward, after the quick introduction, let's talk about the recycling. What is recycling? Is it worth it to work for the recycling industry? If we analyze the market, the recycling market, we'll see that the progression and the market trend is always, it has the appearance of a very, very healthy, constant growing market. For example, right now we are between 66. By the end of the year, it was predicted to be 66 billion. We have already surpassed this number in August, and it is said that by the year 2030, it will reach the amount of $88 billion in the industry. These numbers might seem a little bit big, but the industry that the recycling business, let's say the indirect industry that the recycling sector attracts is almost double these numbers. By the year 2030, it is predicted to be 2030 billion euros. So with a constant growth between 5.2-5.8% per year. We cannot say this about other industries. Why is this? We are the experts. The experts are saying that this trend, this market trend goes up because we are more people. More people means more waste. Then more waste needs more plants that process this waste, and so they need the industries need to grow, the plants need to grow to be able to process all the residues that they're getting. And then of course it is very important that the conscience of the people towards the recycling has grown also exponentially the last years. I could not imagine the things that we do for recycling now 20 years ago. It will be impossible, and of course, if we look forward, it will be pretty much the same. Um, okay, recycling is a very segmented industry. It's very segmented industry, but the let's say the big worldwide organizations separated in 7 different segments, which is ferrous, non-ferrous, glass, plastic, tires, rubber, textiles, and e-scrap. Um, um, yes. Oh, sorry again. It's very sensitive today. So it's very segmented, but we have to find what all the segments have in common. Let's say is we can say it's pretty simple. We collect the residues, we transport the residues, we shred them, we make them smaller to be able to sort them more easily, and we refine these residues into we refine, we separate this we get what we want from these residues in order to purify them, and in order to generate a new raw material. um, yep. So looks pretty much simple, but it's my experience tells me that it's a very complex industry. The recycling is a very complex industry. Um, Buying is very, buying the residues in order to process them is based on LME prices, based on the metals on the market, and this is sometimes very complicated. Something that is worth X in the morning is worth X minus 300 3 hours later. It's very active, very addictive business. Okay, this is a little bit our let's say um, intro about recycling. But okay, what is our mission? What is Castellan's mission in the industry? We are experts taking care of the equipment inefficiencies due to wear. We have to find where the wear is, and we have to find the applications and the solutions to reuse that piece of equipment, and to extend the work life of this piece of equipment. We all know that an inefficient equipment increases the process costs. This is crucial for the industry. A little mistake in calculation can be crucial for to be competitive in the market. If our equipment is, for example, if we have electrical motors, and our equipment, our shredder is it's we should do a little maintenance in our shredder, and it's not working at 100% efficiency. It's working perhaps 60% efficiency or 50% efficiency. This means that we have to actually put the material twice, for example, through the shredder to get the fraction that we want. That in that specific process, we are increasing the cost of the process. If we take it in account that in recycling. Since we transfer the material, we put it in our line, and then we get it out to get the fractions or the residues that we want. Probably has 7, 8, or 9 different processes, and an increase of cost in one of the processes can be crucial to be able to sell this material or not. Okay. Of course, reusing the same piece of equipment versus buying a new piece, we have many advantages in our side. When we have the piece, the machine stopping time decreases exponentially, especially when we are capable to do in situ, on-site jobs, and of course when we are reusing a piece of equipment, the savings that we have in our CO2 footprint is immense, is huge. Producing a new piece involves a lot of CO2 print, and reusing and repairing saves great amount of CO2 prints. We are very concerned about this situation. We know that the CO2 print is something that it is more and more it's more and more important every day, and we are actually we have formulas and we have processes to know the savings, which it has been developed, but we are constantly developing in order to know exactly how much savings we have in our CO2 print. Going forward, I'm going to start. So I don't. This doesn't extend too much. What we do in the recycling, I'm going to show some applications, some examples that you're going to see that you're going to be very familiar with. Also, I have to mention that every single company, I mean, my experience tells me, two different companies with identical equipment, identical shredders, let's say, with two identical shredders, and identical processes. The wear that we find in one of the companies and the wear that we find in the other company are they're totally different. So what we have decided is what it works best is to have a tailor-made, custom-made study of what the wear happens in your piece of equipment, and we make a specific application. We find a specific solution to your specific equipment inefficiency, equipment inefficiency due to wear. For example, one of the very simple. Everybody has grabs in the recycling plants in order to transport the raw material to the machines. And this is one of the examples that one of our works service centers. They're specialists in refurbing 100% the grabs. They have in this case they have refurb the pistons from the pistons. The whole grabs are made of special wear plates. The tooth, they close perfectly, so the grabs are much more efficient. The pneumatic hoses are changed. I mean, it's this is an extraordinary example of reusing a piece of equipment and saving the company a lot and lots of money. And this is done in record time, and you can see the results in the pictures are pretty substantial. I mean, I am very amazed every time I see this. Another example that I really like, because it varies a lot from one company to the other and from one segment to the other, is the shredders. We have in this picture we have three different shredders in the top in the top left. We have shredder that it is used in the plastic recycling industry, and this was a job that our colleagues from I think, I don't know if I am allowed. Our colleagues from Portugal did, and this was the machine was opened after 3 weeks of work. After we serviced the machine, and you can see that the the reinforcements that we put in the machines were pretty much intact, and they were pretty impressed by the results. Then on the right side, we have this impressive. I love this picture. We have this impressive job made by our colleagues in Poland for a rubber and tire recycling company. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. This job. In cases we have increased the work life. We haven't only reused the old piece of equipment, but we have extended the life of the piece of equipment, maybe 2, 3, and 4 times, sometimes more than the original equipment. So this is pretty impressive, especially this picture. Right here in the bottom left, we see what is called a hammer mill. You see the hammers, and you see the rotors there, the plates. The hammers are not used but abused. We have to think that these hammers are breaking cars, so they're breaking big pieces of metal. So the wear that they suffer are pretty much they're amazing. The curative service of these hammers is it's very complicated. Usually, we prefer, and we have tested some techniques, preventive techniques instead of curative techniques. We know customers, they use their own alloys. They have made them tailor made them by themselves in special cobalt alloys, in order to avoid this extreme wear that they are suffering. So yeah, again, every single need, every single inefficiency of the equipment due to wear needs a special attention and needs a special technique, special materials, special applications. So yeah, let's go. Let's go for the next is fragmented rings. Also, this is a test that we did in the up here on the left side. We see the ring which is totally wear out. Is pretty much totally wear out due to this is a shredder used for electric motors and other metals to as a pre-shredder, and we can see the wear and the abuse that has been put through. And we have two different. We have two different cases. In this side over here, we have um, let's say um, a curative service, and right here we were allowed to we had access to one of the brand new rings, and we made a test with a preventive face hardening technique. um, Going forward, this is for another industry. I love this picture also. These are rollers used in the glass industry. This, I mean, the glass industry, they suffer a lot of wear when the glass is crushed down, turns into sand, kind of a sand that is, I mean, it's like a sandpaper for this pieces of equipment. And this is a case that we totally reinforced. We give a new life to this roller, which we saved a lot of money. We saved a lot of CO2 print, and we gave the piece of equipment a longer life than the original piece in cases. So let's keep forward. The next one is screws that they're used in many recycling industry segments as transport, material transport. They are also used in harsh environments and other industries also, such as I know personally in the wastewater treatment, they're used, and their screws are usually have a very extreme wear, and uh, we have a lot of experience. We can see here two different cases. The one in the right side, we have reused the old screw, and we have used the old fins, but we have reinforced them with welding and with face hardening materials. Um, some of them sometimes, as you know better than me, this has to be remachined because they have to be pretty much the tolerances in the pipe that they go in a pipe, and the tolerances they're minimal. So sometimes it can get a little complicated. We have also experience changing the wings of the screw with our we call it CDPs, which are our bimetal plates, or the Castelline diamond plates, which are highly resistant to abrasion and to tough environments. So yeah, the areas that they were. I mean, at the end, we have to check what the wear is, and then we have to reinforce that part with a specific applications, specific products. Um, the next is one of my favorites is the possibilities that our CDP or Castellan dion plate is our commercial name for our bimetal plates. It's a our bimetal plates have a base metal, and then different alloys are welded on top through laser welding. We produce them ourselves in our service center or in our production center in Poland, and and this can be curved, and we can make a, a round pipe up to 330 millimeters, and then we can shape it pretty much with every shape that we have. This is a very interesting application. As you can see, this is an elbow. You can see in the bottom back here, it looks like an aspiration. It looks like a cyclone or aspiration system, and the client told us that he wanted the whole piece because this is a very a place in the equipment, an area in the equipment where the erosion, the abrasion is huge, is extreme. So it's so extreme that they had in this part over here they wanted an interchangeable plate, so they didn't have to change the whole piece, but we could. They asked for an interchangeable plate that we can see in detail down here and down here. This comparing to other plates like hard dogs. Always, I have to be careful when I say this. In some cases we have found an increase in the life of the workpiece and in four and 5 and 6 times. So very versatile, very flexible. Great product. I really love this because always the client is happy with the results. And another another example of our applications are the trommels which we can see in every single plant, in many plants. And trommels are very simple, but usually yeah, they were complicated because it was to make a new one and to buy a new one and to repair an old one. Usually, the cost effectiveness was sometimes not very clear, but we are already this was a project that was made last summer and in Spain, and it was fantastic. The client is very impressed and um, very interested in this application. And yes, here I must say you have to be careful with sometimes with the weight, but we used our thinnest plate, which is a 3 millimeter paste plus 3 millimeter um, hard face, and the results were amazing. Um, it's it's something that um, it always works. It's always that it's an application that always works, and when the client is happy, we are happy. The next application would be cyclones. Cyclones that they're used. Um, I mean, they're used in many plants. Glass recycling, plastic recycling, um, um, of course in metal recycling, if we are working with a dense media plant, or or we are trying to separate fluff or light residues, fragmentation residues, cyclones. No, yeah, I know a customer that they have 13 cyclones in their plant. So cyclones, they are trying to separate the lighter fractions from the metallic fractions, and they produce a cyclone, a current of air, and this air has metallic dust. So when this metallic dust hits the cyclone, it really, the wear it's incredible, and our CDP applications have succeed enormously, to the point that some original equipment manufacturers, we have made a collaboration with them, and we are going by the hand, using the CDP plates in the construction of cyclones, which we are very proud of. Next application are shoots, all kind of shoots. We can do simple square shoots with CDPs. This was, I just bear with me. These shoots were for a company uh, in Northern Europe, and as you can see, the CDPs can be built square, or we can make them round. We can make huge elbows applications. This material is very flexible. Our our experts, they they used to have they used to have issues with measurements and stuff, but now we have 3D equipment that really help us doing having this measured exactly to the point, which then once the piece is done, you go to the location, and it takes record time to put the elbows in place, or the shoots in place. This is a very versatile, very flexible, super product that we have. The CDP plates. And next, it's our another excuse me, another great product that I am very proud of, is the Casto tube. The Casto tube is a tube that we produce ourselves. It's a tube that has a reinforced welding inside, for applications that have pipe applications that they have a lot of erosion, and this also, as shown in our sample our sample here. It's the options are endless. The options are endless with the cast tube. We can make any kind of forms, angles. We can make a knot. We can make different connections. I mean, this is a product that also it is very very welcome when our clients find it and when discover it. Let's say they they really like it because this is a product that is this is endless. If you have for example plastic pneumatic transport or whatever, this is something you put now and you forget that you put it. Excellent product. And then talking about, well, yes, I have to mention we have a minimum of 82 millimeters and a maximum of 303 millimeters for the caster tube. So it's limited. It's not that we have, but I think it covers pretty much all the cyclone sizes and things like that. So. Yep. And going to our last application. This is an application that I really like because many different techniques, many different products are used in this application. This is recycling. This is used in a vertical shredder, and as you can see, this is a vertical shredder chamber. What it is called, a vertical shredder chamber that we have worked on ourselves here. And as you can see, you can find 1, 2, 3, 4 different products, different techniques, and which makes the job beautiful to watch. The lower in the chamber, the more amount of metal content. So the abrasion, erosion that creates, plus the impact resistance has to be um, has to be harder. Depending of the elevation inside the chamber, the product is different. The patterns are different. The alloys are different. Okay, and then so this is pretty much it. A little bit of conclusions. Reuse and give a longer work life to your equipment. Save energy. Save energy means save money and decrease your CO2 print. I would like that's it. I would like to really thank you all for listening, and I would be more than happy to answer to your questions. Simona.
Yes, I'm here. So we have a few questions. I will show
Sorry,
it on the screen.
I
So do
lost.
you, yes. So I will read it out loud, the question. It should be displayed on the screen. Do you have any experience of extending the service life for shredder knives in solid recovered fuels recycling plants? It seems to be a very niche application.
Yeah, um, we shredded knives are it's a common application. It is a common application. Uh, Usually, we use a very hard welding material because usually they do not have you don't need an impact resistant application, but sometimes you do. And as I mentioned before, it would be interesting to know the specific use in the specific piece of equipment. Um, um, Shredder knives, yes, we do have experience. We have a specific application. We have a specific electrode that we use here also in Austria that can be remachined and to have the knives uh, let's say resharpen to razor sharp if needed. Same application, same technique is used in some knives, pre-shredding knives for the rubber and tire industry. But I'll be more than happy to if you have any pictures of if you have more information, I'll be more than happy to comment on the specific um, um, application of shredded knives. Cuando quieras, Javier.
Mhm. Yes. And another question. So, how much do you prolong the service life of a crusher metal recycling? And how much do you expect to reduce the energy consumption?
Thank you very much, Julia, for your question. This is a very, very complicated. Well, no, like my grandfather used to say, all questions are easy. The complicated things are the answers. And the answer for this question is very complicated because I would need to know what's the material that it is crushed. Is this material crushed? Is the material homogeneous all the time? I mean, uh, do you okay, let's say, do you crush, for example, electric washing machine motors, but you crush washing machine motors all the time in the period of 6 months, or you crush washing machine motors now, then you crush electric motors, then or meatballs, or you crush other materials next. My experience tells me that we prolong substantially the life of the equipment. But as I mentioned before, especially crushers, you can have Julia a crusher. You can have a crusher, and your neighbor might have the same crusher, and the life, let's say, life expectancy of the crusher can be or will be totally different. Uh, Again, like I mentioned to Javier before, I would be more than happy that privately, if you tell me a specific, if you tell me a specific example, if you tell me, okay, Iñaki, we usually change our rotors every 6 months. How long would you do you think? Okay, like I mentioned before, if you guarantee me that you're going to use a very, very homogeneous material during a period of 6 months, we could make the calculation. This is a hypothetical situation. There, but we have we I can go through in more detail about how much we can prolong the service of the crusher, and um, and we can do a calculation of how much the reduction of the energy consumption would be.
But
Especially because you have to process the material. uh, the more efficient your crusher is, the less times you have to put the material through the crusher, which makes which uh, which makes you save a lot of energy and decreases the therefore the costs of production. I don't know if I
Thank-
help you very much, Julia. Thank you for the question.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yes, for more details exactly of the situation, we can get in touch by email. There is more of a comment, not really a question, from Jorge Luis Tarazona. So he would like maybe a bit more details about the materials we use, the consumables and equipment. Maybe we can give some examples just of solutions used for wear facing of grabs and shredders. Just some examples.
Oof.
Mm.
Jorge, yeah, we have. I think we have Simona. I think we have like 3,000 something references, and and but let's say if again, Jorge, if you want to ask me in more detail the processors of the welding engineering that we use, um, I would say I would go back to I don't know if I am sharing my image
Yes, the
I
screen is
am
still there. Yes, the
okay.
contact details, the phone number.
Okay, now um, okay, Castelline, we do our main divisions are like welding, um, let's say uh, yeah, we have
Brazing
some
coating.
divisions, and we have divisions, and depending on what your needs are, we can go to coating to do a specific coating. If you have a roller, for example, and during the years that roller has lost the original tolerances, the original shapes of the original shape, the original tolerances, we can coat and we can spray powders on top until we add material which is not the original material. We add better material on top. We remachine it and that piece of equipment can be remachined and and this coating prolongs the original life of the piece of equipment. Uh, uh, for other more let's say let's refined jobs such as shredder that is fighting with electrical motors or it is uh, let's say it has a lot of impact, abrasion, erosion. It's outside. It has heat. You know, no. Maybe we need a simple electrode to have the teeth of this shredder. The teeth are welded with certain equipment, and then the edges are reconstructed with a different electrode.
All right, I just put another question on screen from Janine. What maintenance practices are most effective in extending the life of recycling equipment? Janine, if you can hear us, it would be good to know the company you're contacting us from, because on YouTube we only see the username. So, and you can leave your contact details as well if you need us to get back in touch. But in the meantime, Inaki, maybe you can shed light, although it's a very generic, yeah, question.
The most effective. We have to when you say recycling is not the same to recycle, for example, glass. It's not that paper, then rubber, than ferrous materials or like non-ferrous materials. Let's say metal materials. You know, it's what are the most extended? The ones that I mentioned in my presentation. Let's say they are it's abrasion, the shredders, to reconstruct and to reinforce shredders is pretty much this is what the heavy extreme wear is happening. I mean, can you imagine a machine that you can put a car inside and shreds the car and and makes it like small pieces. The forces, the heat, the abrasion, the impact forces that there are in these shredders are amazing. So like sheaves also. I mean, you know, every single vibrating table. But if you go back to my presentation, I would say these are the the ones that the our clients are more concerned about.
Okay. Well, at the moment, we have no more questions, just comments from people saying our electrode, the 680S, is the best. Thank you. Thank you for that comment. We appreciate it.
Thank
Um,
you.
so, if there are no more questions, I shared anyway your LinkedIn profile, the link, and also your email. So, feel free to contact Inaki by email, or you
Yes.
can even see his phone number on screen. Otherwise, you can also watch the recording later. It will stay on LinkedIn, YouTube. Thank you very much for the presentation and everyone that watched. Um, and then maybe see you next time with another industry and another expert. Let us know if you have any preferences or specific problems so we could address them maybe in a future webinar.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. So see you. Bye bye everyone. Thank you for having listened to us. Bye.